The third and final episode in Season 1 of Black Mirror, titled The Entire History of You, presents a technology that's implanted into your brain called Grain. It records everything you see and hear with incredible detail, and it gives you the ability to zoom in and enhance on your memories. The episode itself focuses on how that kind of technology can affect a married couple. Liam, who is a very jealous husband, begins to obsess over his wife Fee's past relationship with her ex-lover Jonas. Things slowly intensify and not-so-secret secrets are revealed. For my quick thoughts, I would say that this episode is good, bordering on great, but honestly, it's nothing that special. I think the characters are kind of bland and the acting is somewhat flat, save for the wife. However, if you're looking to introduce someone to this show and you want to find the perfect episode in Season 1, I would say that The Entire History of You is a perfect episode as an introductory to the series, as it showcases futuristic technology with common human flaws such as jealousy and adultery, and is probably the most relatable episode out of Season 1 because this is something that we as a society all fear. For the more in-depth review, I would say that The Entire History of You showcases a very practical use of futuristic technology like no other episode does in Season 1. What I mean by that is that this is the only episode that shows how this technology, coupled with natural human flaws such as jealousy and adultery, can fuel the extermination of a marriage quicker and more efficiently. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen this episode yet. It turns out that Fee and Jonas actually had a much longer relationship than originally revealed, even to the point where they may have met up once or twice when Fee was already married to Liam. And the child that Fee and Liam have may not actually be Liam's. It's never actually revealed, just hinted towards. This episode can be summed up with that old argument in, if someone snoops through someone else's personal life without their consent and finds something that hurts them, who's to blame? The person who snooped, or the person who committed the act? For example, some would say that the husband Liam is to blame for getting so obsessed about something that happened in the past and delving further and further into things he just shouldn't have. Meanwhile, others would argue that Fee should have told him and just been honest before things went way out of hand the way they did. Now, whatever side you argue for, there's empathy to be had for both sides. Liam is very insecure. You can easily tell. The beginning of the episode, he has an interview that he doesn't feel goes well. So throughout the episode, he obsesses over it and feels inferior to Jonas, and it angers him. His body language can easily be seen as a fronting type insecurity. He's a bully because deep down he's scared. He sees Jonas as such a big threat from the beginning because he notices how Fee's body language changes as the night of the party goes on. Fee, on the other hand, is very unhappy with their relationship, to the point where it drives her back to a past lover, because if you compare the two men, Liam is a boring, insecure, heavy drinker, whereas Jonas is suave, charming, and adventurous. If you were in that situation, who would you choose? The answer is quite obvious, and Liam knows it. Hence the insecurity. Fee wanted to commit and get away from Jonas and live that married life, but she couldn't, and thanks to Grain, all those mistakes, that one bad, stupid, drunk night that should have never happened is now uploaded to a mega server. It's on the internet and it can never be truly forgotten. This episode has easily one of the most disturbing moments in the entire series for me. I'm not going to show it because you just need to watch it. But just imagine the most passionless, loveless, disconnected sex powered by Grain. Overall, this episode has some great elements in it, and it's the most practical and relatable episode in Season 1. Just not my favorite. If you're looking to get someone into this show and want to start with Season 1, here's my personal order. 1. The Entire History of You. 2. 15 Million Merits. And finally, the National Anthem. To finish off Season 1, I'd say that it's a good start to the show and should definitely encourage people to keep watching. Whereas other shows have kind of a slow start and then slowly pick up, Black Mirror, I feel, doesn't have that issue at all, and in my opinion, it honestly gets better as the show continues. Anyways, I'm all finished with Season 1, so now let's continue our journey through Black Mirror and move on to Season 2.